Psalm 50. The mighty God, even the Lord, hath spoken, and called the earth from the rising of the sun unto the going down thereof. Out of Zion, the perfection of beauty, God hath shined. Our God shall come, and shall not keep silence. A fire shall devour before him, and it shall be very tempestuous round about him. He shall call to the heavens from above, and to the earth, that he may judge his people. Gather my saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice. And the heavens shall declare his righteousness, for God is judge himself, Selah. Hear, O my people, and I will speak, O Israel. And I will testify against thee. I am God, even thy God. I will not reprove thee for thy sacrifices or thy burnt offerings, to have been continually before me. I will take no bullock out of thy house, nor he-goats out of thy folds. For every beast of the forest is mine, and the cattle upon 1,000 hills. I know all the fowls of the mountains, and the wild beasts of the field are mine. If I were hungry, I would not tell thee, but the world is mine, and the fullness thereof. Will I eat the flesh of bulls, or drink the blood of goats? Offer unto God thanksgiving, and pay thy vows unto the Most High. And call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me. But unto the wicked God saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction, and castest my words behind thee. When thou sawest a thief, and thou consentedst with him, and hast been partaker with adulterers, thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thine own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself, but I will reprove thee, and set them in order before thine eyes. Now consider this, ye that forget God, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and him that ordereth his conversation aright will I show the salvation of God.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutation to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the four winds. In the name of Yahawashi, Yahawashi, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahawashi, Yahawashi. And what I want to get into tonight, dealing with Yahawashi, the morning star. And this is a lesson, inspired by a lesson that Elder Apostle Ariamla did earlier today, pretty much answering this scoffer, responding to this scoffer on the comment board, in which, he was commenting how, Yahawashi is called Lucifer, and for the longest, we was all brought up, especially in Christianity, or just in the world in general, people that's not even, you know, in any type of faith, when they hear the term Lucifer, they think of this being, okay, half man, half goat, all right, with the horns, all right, this character, all right, with the word Lucifer has nothing to do with that, all right. Lucifer is not the spiritual demon, Satan, okay. Lucifer is a word, and we're going to go into the meaning of that word and how it ties into YAHAWASHI, okay. And we're gonna go into these things. I got a quick video I want to play as well, and it's gonna go into it, and then we're gonna get into precepts, okay? And that's why, matter of fact, let's start out with this precept, and this is why the Lord set up men, as teachers, so we can have the understanding of these things, okay? so we're not in darkness, we're not ignorant, okay, when it comes to these things, man. Okay, because a lot of people are offended, okay, because they still try to make the scriptures make sense based on what they was taught in the world, and that's why the scriptures say you have to be born again. You have to become those new creatures, man. Everything is new. Matter of fact, let's get there first, and then we'll get to Ephesians. Even words, what we thought they meant, what they, different things, and that's why the apostles and elders are extremely heavy on looking up words. Okay, it's extremely important, to look up words, because the definition of words, all right, creates sound doctrine, man. Understanding the definition and the meaning of words gives us understanding on sound doctrine. Okay, this English language, pretty much the last language, to be made. All right, it has a flaw. It was the new speech. Certain words, mean different, have different meanings. So we gotta go into these things. So this is 2 Corinthians 5:17. It says, therefore, if any man be in YAHAWASHI, okay, if any man be in YAHAWASHI, he is a new creature. All things are passed away. Behold, all things are become new. All things are become new. Okay, so we really have to have a new, all right, perspective on everything. All right, as we grow in YAHAWASHI. All right. So let's go here, because it's, we can't be simple to the point you hear Lucifer. We at the point where we hear Lucifer and we think, okay, of the character, in hell, governing hell with the pitchfork, all right, and horns. Okay. Now let's go here. And so this is why the Lord set up teachers, man. What I want to do real quick before I get that. And put the link to the apostle video. Put the link to his video that he did earlier, which inspired this video. So this his video, he went into it, and a lot of things that she's saying in the video, the apostle, he broke those things down, Elder Apostle Ariam Live. So, it's up on his channel, that's the link, it'd be good to go watch that one as well. It's not real long, about 20 some minutes, but it's extremely informative. I was able to listen to it twice today and was inspired to do this one. Now, this is the book of Ephesians, chapter 4, verse 11. It says, and he gave some apostles, all right, and some prophets, and some evangelists, and some pastors and teachers. Okay, and this is the body, all right, of men that the Lord has established to teach and to be leaders, all right, in these last days, in truth and sincerity, and to give the understanding. Okay, it said, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach. You see that? For the perfecting of the saints, the believers. All right, and we're becoming perfect and understanding. Okay, because why? We've been enlightened in righteousness, man, which goes back to the day star. All right, the morning star, YAHAWASHI, what you want to get it. Okay, it said, for the perfecting of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Hamashiach, till we all come into the unity and faith and of the knowledge of the Son of the Most High. So when you hear that word Lucifer being associated with the Messiah, okay, we don't bug out because we understand the knowledge, okay, of what's being said. Okay, it says unto a perfect man and unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of a Messiah, that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men, okay, by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive, okay. And one thing about it, if you don't have, if you're not rooted, you're easily deceived. Okay, we're not rooted, we could be easily deceived, man. Okay, because there's a lot of doctrines that sound right. They got precepts, y'all, like Jake got precepts for false doctrine, man. And they can put it together and make it sound right. Okay? If we're not rooted, but see, it said there would be no more children. Okay? That we're maturing in this thing, man. That's why this thing is about maturing. Okay? And knowledge and understanding. Now, let's go here. I think this is Nehemiah. I want to get that real quick. Nehemiah, spirit go. There we go. This book of Nehemiah 8. Because this is what our forefathers would do. Okay? Yep. And the brother posted a good one too. We get that one. This is Nehemiah chapter 8. All right. Now, this is pretty much what you have, Ezra, and you have these priests, and they're pretty much, reading the law, okay, unto the people, okay? And what was they doing? I'm going to get straight to the point. Nehemiah 8 and 8. It says, so they read in the book of the law of the Most High distinctly, and gave the sense and caused them to understand the reading. Okay, and to understand this reading, the Lord has put a spirit on you to divine these things, man, to rightly divide this word. Okay, and to be able to give the distinct understanding of these scriptures. Okay, the distinct, all right, understanding. You gotta go into the words, man. Okay, so let's get this real quick. The brother got, the water brother. It's the brother Ashba 144, Jeremiah 3:15 says, and I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. Okay? You see that? They feed us with knowledge and understanding. So the Lord set up pastors and teachers, that's giving us the understanding of the things that we read. This is a thing of ever learning. I'm always learning something new. Always learning something new, man. From apostles and elders, all the different brothers, even younger brothers coming in. Everyone is bringing something, and it's a continual thing of learning. But it was established by the Lord setting up, the apostles and elders, through their elders, man. Going back to Elder Abba Bivens, okay, King Masha, all right, High Priest Jaquab, Ariah, those men, setting those men up, okay, and to feed, all right, the believers with understanding, man, with knowledge and understanding, okay. Yep, brother got another one. Yep, this brother Ashba 144 says, 1 Corinthians 2 and 16 said, for who have known the mind of the Lord that he may instruct him, but we, all right, have the mind of YAHAWASHI. Okay, and all this is gonna play into the lesson, So yeah, let's and like I said, I want to play this video, and then we're gonna get into the lesson. Now I say it's some bones in it, so we'll pick out the bones as we go, okay, and expound on some things, But she makes some points as well. All right. So let's go here.
Going into an office, working 50 hours a week, having that structure. I knew that I wanted more.
ancient Greek god genealogy. Yep.
So pretty much, uh, you had this little chick. She's studying. I think she was studying Greek mythology. And she came across the word Lucifer. Okay, and she's going to go into, all right, how they tied into Greek mythology. When you go to astrology. Okay, and we're going to tie all these things in. So just be patient. It's all going to unfold. But let's let her go, and we'll build off this. All right.
So it all started when I was writing the ancient Greek god genealogy. Yep, just the usual day. Nike, daughter of Styx and Pius. Rhea bore 6 children. Esphorus, in bracket Lucifer. Wait, what? Lucifer? Lucifer? Just another god in Greek mythology? Okay, let's talk a little bit about Lucifer, the one that I know, the one that most people know. We know Lucifer as being the devil or Satan, the one who rules over hell. He's also known as Beelzebub or Prince of Darkness. Lucifer is well known in popular culture, but he comes from Jewish and Christian traditions. The story of Lucifer is
Now, when she said Jewish and Christian traditions, all right, we know there's no such thing as Ish. Okay, but you did have Jake. Okay, that will mingle. All right, mythology. Okay, with the scriptures. All right, you did have corruption. Within the priesthood. Okay, and they would do those things. All right, and you have corruption in general. Where they will mingle. Okay, mythology with the scriptures. Okay, and Christianity. That's nothing but just a conglomerate of paganism. Okay, they believe in all paganism and no truth. Okay, so that's what she's speaking of. So we're gonna let it play some more.
is that he was once a bright and beautiful archangel, one of God's most divine creations. But when God created Adam, the first man on earth, Lucifer refused to honor him. And because of this pride, God casted him out of heaven and into hell. And then he became the Lucifer that ruled over hell, as we know today. Islamic traditions also share the same story, only his name was Iblis or Shaitan. Another version says that Lucifer was casted out of heaven because he dared compete with God in glory. And here I see Lucifer in the ancient Greek god genealogy. This moment is calling for some clarification. Whoa!
And just real quick, okay, because that's just the myth behind Lucifer and Satan. Okay, which she said in Islam, Shaitan. All right, which just goes back to the Hebrew Shaitan, which means adversary. Okay, but Satan, okay, is in complete order. All right, under the Most High. There was never a rebellion, which that's a whole nother lesson, you know. But just to prove real quick, because you can have new listeners. All right, just to prove, okay. Now this is the book of Job. All right. Now this is Job 1:6. Okay. It says, now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. Okay. So Satan has to check in. All right. This doesn't sound like someone that's at war with the Most High if he's having to check in. Said came to present themselves. All right, look at the word present. Well, you gotta go into these things, man. That's why we gotta stay. All right, the word present is your shop. All right, now yatazab. Okay. Let's say give us some. Mm, yep, it said to place, to set, to stand. All right, set or station oneself, to take one's stands, to present oneself. You know. So yeah, he had to check in. He was in order. All right. Satan is not wilding out doing his own thing. No, he's in complete order. Okay, that's why he's checking in. But keep reading. It says, and the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth and walking up and down in it. Okay? So now he has to explain himself. So this sound like someone that's out of order. Okay? And here it is. You know, you can't even get your woman to explain herself in this society, but Satan is explaining himself to the Most High. Okay, so Satan is not in order; he's in complete order. Okay, it says, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High, and escheweth evil. Then Satan answered the Lord and said, though Job fear the Most High for naught, has not thou made a hedge about him, and about his house, and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance, all right, is increased in the land. Now, if Satan knows that Job has a hedge on him, okay, if he knows that Job has a hedge on him, then why, all right, with Satan, okay, if he's at odds, if he's at war with the Most High, okay, why does he know to stand down, okay, when he see that hedge? Okay, he's in order. All right, it says, but put forth thine hand and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he has in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. So Satan, all right, was taking orders. All right, Satan takes orders. Okay, and the Lord gave Satan his limitation on what he can do with Job. Okay, and what he couldn't do, and Satan abided by that. So here it is. This is happening, and they say Satan was kicked out of heaven. Well, what year did this happen? What year was he kicked out? All right, because from this dialogue, okay, he's still in the spiritual realm. Okay, he still presents himself before the Most High. Okay, and he's in order. So what year, all right, was he cast to the earth? Okay, just to prove that point, you know. I say you might have, new listeners. So just to touch on that point. Now we'll go back, into okay, Shaitan and Lucifer. They're not interchangeable. Okay, it's nothing to do. Okay, so let's go back to her video. She's gonna kind of go into these words. Okay, so let's go here.
See, Lucifer is a Latin word. Well, two words actually, and it means light bringer. The Greek translation is phosphorus, alternatively, Hesperus. Both Latin and Greek words were translated from the original Hebrew writing, Halel, which means the shining one or the bright one from this verse right here. Quick review. So, the Bible is originally a Hebrew Bible, which got translated to Greek and later to Latin, and then later to other languages, such as English. And the most popular English version is the King James Version, which is the one I'm holding right here. And in this, the word Lucifer remains. Halel, Phosphorus, and Lucifer all refer to the morning star, to this planet. Since the earliest times, constellations were very important to ancient religions. Planets and stars were personified as deities. This second planet from the sun, what we know today as Venus, is the third brightest object in the sky after the sun and the moon. And just like them, it could be seen with the naked eye. The ancient Sumerians called it goddess Inanna. The Akkadians called it Ishtar. In Hindu astronomy, it's Saint Shukra. But there's something special about this bright planet. It's generally seen only twice, once at sunrise and once at sunset, basically when the sun is on the horizon. And because ancient cultures didn't understand modern astronomy, they saw the appearance of Venus in the morning and at night as two different objects. The ancient Egyptian knew the morning star as Tiamaturi and the evening star as Uyaiti. For the Greeks, the morning star was Phosphorus or Heosphorus, and the evening star was Hesperus. And although the Roman era recognized the two stars as one single planet, they continued to use two names, Lucifer for the morning star, and they kept Hesperus for the evening star. But why do we know Lucifer as a devil when it's planet Venus at dawn? Well, like many, many other things in our world, it all has to do with misinterpretation. First, we need to know that the word Lucifer only appears once in the Bible, in Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cast down to the ground, which thou who didst weaken the nations? Which means that the Hebrew word Halel was also found only once in the original Hebrew text. The Halel ben Shahar part, which means morning star, son of dawn, is the honorific title given to the king of Babylon. At the time, kings or powerful people were at the same ranks as the stars. And this passage was a prophecy against the king of Babylon, who was said to be a tyrannous oppressor of Israel. Remember, the Old Testament of the Bible, where this passage is from, was written by Jewish authors for the Jewish people around 600 BCE. In a nutshell, this passage is about the arrogance and fall of the king of Babylon at the time. Some believe that it alludes to a contemporary myth, the ancient myth that tells how Halel, the morning star or Venus,
And that's pretty much the point, you know. So people see that word Lucifer and they associate it with Satan, okay? Or they associate it with this evil being, all right? But nah, Lucifer is just a word. It means light bearer, light bringer. Now they name, all right, Venus, okay? You know, you go in Greek, you have the word phosphorus, okay? Which we're gonna get into all that, all right? But the word means something, okay? The word doesn't mean Venus, all right? The word means a light bearer, a light bringer, okay? Which that's what YAHAWASHI did when he came in the earth. Now Esau, he boasts himself as being a light bringer or a light bearer, all right? Because he's been illuminated on the right-hand side. But they're both controlled by the Most High, all right? And YAHAWASHI is that light bearer on the right-hand side, okay? Esau under Satan is that light bearer on the left-hand side in wickedness, man. Okay? That's why you go, here's brother beyond Yashala. It says, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. Okay? So the light and the darkness both come from Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. All right? And Esau, he portrays himself, you know, as the light, but it's really darkness, man. So let's get into these precepts. Okay? Because like the rest of that video, she kind of go left, you know. But just want to bring out that information concerning it. But let's go here to the actual, you know, and like she said, you know, they were dealing with, all right, a proud king. All right, Esau is their proud king, all right, in prophecy, man. Okay, there's known to being what, a tyrant over Israel. Okay, because you read it. Okay, let's read into it. It's Isaiah 14:4, 144. It says, "Thou shalt take this proverb against the king of Babylon." So letting you know the all right, what it's speaking of a man in the earth, and say, "How hath the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? The Lord had broken the staff of the wicked and the scepters of a ruler." So this is the Lord, all right, announcing, all right, the end of a rulership. Okay, and the king of Babylon are the Chaldees. Okay, in the ancient world, when you go to Nebuchadnezzar, his father Nabopolassar, those were Chaldeans. Okay, they were Chaldeans that ruled as Babylonian kings. Okay, and the Chaldeans were known for being experts in astrology. Okay, they were known for this, which are the elites. They heavy into astrology now. Okay, going into the omens based off the constellations and studying the constellations and doing rituals at particular times. Okay, the ancient Chaldeans, they was heavy into that, which that's what Nabopolassar, the father of Nebuchadnezzar, all right, and Nebuchadnezzar himself, and those Babylonian kings, those Neo-Babylonian kings, they was Chaldeans, they was astrologers. The elites are the modern day Chaldeans, the true king. You see Biden, that nigga just a puppet. All these presidents are just puppets, man. Okay, they will be considered low level nobles. Okay, but the true kings of Babylon, okay, are these elites, man. Okay, modern Babylon, the daughter of Babylon, which is America, is these elites, man. What they say go. Okay, if that makes sense, and it says, "He who smote the people in wrath with a continuous stroke, he that ruled the nation's anger is persecuted and none hindered. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing." All right, speaking of a downfall of this king. Yeah, the fir trees rejoice because this man has been a tyrant over people, or he has been oppressive over people, oppressive over, earth itself. And he's done it with a continuous stroke. Like this nigga Esau has no let up. Okay? So it's describing, all right, the king of Babylon, which in this time is who? Esau Edom. Okay? It says, yeah, the fir trees, and it says, "The fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, Since thou art laid down, no fellow is come up, all right, against us. Hell from beneath is moved, all right, for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It had raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nation, and they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou become as weak as us? Art thou become like unto us?" And this is after Esau, okay, is removed from power. Because what gives Esau his edge? Of course, he has the sword, all right, but also an extension of their sword is their witchcraft, man. He's illuminated on the left hand side. He's tapped in. Okay, but those things are going to be removed from him, and that's why he boasts himself as being illuminated. All right, because he's tapped in on the left hand side. He's enlightened when it comes to the witchcraft of all these ancient kingdoms, man. Okay, he has mastered these things, man. All right, and that's why he's been able to be ahead of these nations. All right, because of their witchcraft, man. Because even with the sword, like this, nuclear warfare, that's witchcraft, man. His technology, his AI, the brothers from Dallas, I got finished watching about an hour in. All right, GMS Dallas in class. Matter of fact, I need to post that on there too. Those brothers, they going in dealing with AI. Okay, let me see. On post that as well. Uh, Yep, let's see here. So yeah, this the brothers video they did concerning AI and where Esau is going with it. Okay. But this devil, he boasts, all right, in this technology. He's proud, you know, and he's proud as hell, and he's tapped in. The Lord has allowed this man to tap in on the left hand side on the level that no other heathen has been able to do. Okay, so that's the old brothers video, GMS, Dallas in class. We had the elder brother Mike Allah, and a few elder brothers, um, going into it with this man's AI, you know. And this man boasting, he's boasting through his AI, man. He's presenting darkness as light. And we're going to get it. It says, all they that speak and say unto thee, art thou also become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise, all right, and the noise of thy vows, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. Yeah, this man's kingdom, all right, it's corruptible and it's deteriorating, man. The infrastructure, okay, the morals, everything is decaying. Okay, the standard of living, everything is decaying in this man's kingdom, man, which he presented this as light. Okay, but it's truly darkness. All right. So now you get to verse 12, and this is the only time the word Lucifer is mentioned in the Bible. All right. Isaiah 14:12 said, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Okay. And we're going to get into it. It says, how art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Because Esau has boasted and exalted himself, as a star. Like he's a celestial, eternal being. This is how Esau boasts. Okay. Now, let's get the word Lucifer. All right. This is Lucifer, which is higher law in the Hebrew, higher law. And what does it mean? Light bearer. And Esau presents himself as a light bearer. If a brother can get that, how Satan, you see, he parades himself as this great light bearer. Okay, shining one, morning star. Okay, now when you go, all right, now it says epithet. All right, epithet of the king of Babylon. Now, what is the epithet? Let's just get it. All right. So, copy. All right. So you get this word epithet. Okay. It says, all right. It says an adjective or descriptive phrase. Okay. Expressing a quality characteristic of a person or thing mentioned. Okay. So he's calling him Lucifer, which goes back to light bearer, higher law, okay, son of the morning, which they went back, okay, to Venus, and which was a deity that was worshipped, So he's giving him qualities of a star because a star is what? Exalted. Okay? It's a celestial, eternal being. Okay? It's a celestial, eternal body. Okay? And that's how Esau boasts himself, man. He's exalted in his mind. He's exalted, man. All right? Yeah, the brother got it. It's the brother Ashbah 144. Obadiah 1 and 4 is speaking of Esau Edom. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord, YAHAWASHI. Okay, so this is speaking of a proud king. Okay, but it makes an epithet, all right, calling him what? A light bearer and a morning star. Because pretty much they worship, Venus, because it was the first star you would see going into the night, and it was the last star you see before, the sun would come. That's why it called the light bearer. They worship it as if Venus was bringing the sun in. Okay, you see, as Venus was a light bearer, like as Venus ushered in the sun. Okay, that's why they called it that, the light bearer. Okay, so let's go here, because what does Esau do? Because Esau light is not light. Brother can get that in Sirach 19 and 22, Bob Shah. But let's get this in Job. We always get this out. We always, get this one, but even this precept, things that we read all the time, this one made more sense. As the apostle was going through his lesson, I thought about this precept. This is on Job 10 and 21. It says, "Before I go whence I shall not return, even the land of darkness and the shadow of death." And speaking of America, man, okay, which we'll never physically return to this place, and the earth will never be under this all right, the darkness, all right, which comes from what? The influence of this beast system, man, under the elites, man, who call themselves what? The illuminated. Okay, verse 22 says, "A land of darkness is darkness itself, and of the shadow of death, without any order, and where the light is darkness." Where the light is darkness. Okay, so this is what here it is. True light is looked at as darkness, all right, but darkness is looked at as light, and light is the way. Okay, Esau makes it seem, because when you think about light, what does light do? It gives clarity. If you're in a dark room full of furnitures and pictures, and the light comes in, then all of a sudden you have clarity, because before light is confusion. You can't make out anything. All right. So Esau, he brings his wisdom, his democracy, his false religions, okay, his westernization, and he presents these things as light, as if he's clarifying. All right, he presents it as if he's bringing clarity to the earth, man, with his doctrine, with his way. Okay, but it's really darkness, man, because now everyone is confused. Okay, no one can answer what a woman is. You had that documentary, "What is a Woman?" Okay, and why do we have to ask that question? Okay, because Esau has brought all this darkness, but he presented it as light. Okay, then you go here, Isaiah. Let's get that Isaiah 62. All right, and it prophesied he would do that. How will he do that? Through deception. This is Isaiah 62 and 2. And it says, 60, Salaki. Isaiah 60 and 2. All right. This is Isaiah 60 and 2. It said, "For behold, darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people." Okay? This is the condition of the earth, is gross darkness, man. And who brought that darkness? Esau, Edom. But how did he present it? As the light? Okay? He presented as he brought in his way as if he was a light bearer. Okay? It says, "But the Lord shall arise upon thee," and this is the hopeful elect in this time, "and his glory shall be seen upon thee." And that's what we see happening, man. All right, the Lord's spirit is upon, okay, his people, beginning with what? The men that he set up to teach, man. Okay, the Holy Spirit is upon those men, and now true light is entering into the world. Okay, True clarity. Because see, this doctrine makes sense of all the madness that Esau has going on, man. We understand who he is, who the other nations are, who we are, who our power is. Okay, all this virgin birth madness and all this darkness, man. But guess what? This light makes sense. See, this light exposes, okay, that Esau is moving in darkness, man. Okay, because you can have a light and you can, that bright, that light can seem bright, but then you can have another type of light that's stronger, okay, more radiant, all right, and it'll outshine, okay, it'll make the other light look dim. Okay, it'll cancel that other light out. And this is what the truth is doing. Okay? It's a canceling this false light. All right, the Esau Edom has is canceling it out, man. Okay? So let's go here. All right. Yeah, brother got that. Yep. This is the brother Ashba 144. This is Sirach 19 to 22 said the knowledge of wickedness is not wisdom. So what this man presents, okay, what he presents as light is not wisdom. Look how dumb people look that's still following this man 2023. Okay, niggas still trying to be a goddamn like a crip. Niggas still arguing. Nigga 38 arguing about a color. Okay, niggas stand with their mother arguing about another nigga over a color, man. Okay, niggas hiding Easter eggs. All right, niggas, women still hollering about they independent and they got it, and look at the condition, okay, at our nation based behind all these philosophies of darkness, man, that this man has presented. Okay, it's not wisdom, but he presented it as wisdom. It said, neither at any time the counsel of sinners prudence. Okay, and this is what the serpent brought to Eve, man. He brought away, all right, that seem, all right, that made it seem as if he had a new way. He pretty much brought that madness to Eve as if he was illuminating her, man. Which we'll get that word as well. It's 2 Corinthians 11 and 14 from the brother Gashan 72. It says, and no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into the angel of light, and the angel is a messenger. Okay, and the light is wisdom. Okay, and Esau, all right, which is the adversary, Shaitan. All right, he's the seed of Satan. Okay, he's the incarnated Satan in the earth. He comes in that spirit. Okay, but he has transformed himself into what? A light bearer, an angel of light, a messenger of light, a bringer of light. Okay, but it's not true light. All right. 2 Corinthians 11:14 said, therefore it is not a great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. And that's why you have the great judgment pronounced on Esau Edom, that's presenting himself as if he's a minister or a servant of righteousness, man. He goes around the earth telling other nations that their leaders is inhumane, and he presents himself as he's this great humanitarian. He got Earth Day as if he cares about the earth. All the while, in reality, this man, all right, is the biggest terrorist, the biggest threat the earth has ever seen. Okay? So now, as we make sense of these things, let's go here. Okay? Let's see. All right, so let's go here. Start at 16. The apostle brought this out as well. All right, this is 2 Peter 1:16. It says, "For we have not followed cunningly devised fable." Okay, and that whole Lucifer, all right, doctrine. Lucifer being, the spiritual demon Satan. All right, that's him. No, that's a fable. It says, the virgin birth. That's a fable. Okay, hell doctrine. All those are fables tied in together with with mythology. Man, it has nothing to do with sound doctrine. It says, "When we made known unto you the power and coming of our Lord Yahawashi Hamashiach, but we were eyewitnesses of his majesty." For he received, for he received from the Most High the Father honor and glory, when there came such a voice to him from the excellent glory, "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." And what is he speaking of? The transfiguration. Okay, so they seen the majesty of Yahweh. All right, and they knew he was the real light. He was the real light bearer. All right, which is the true understanding. He was a real light bringer. Yahweh brought the light with him, which is the understanding. Okay. First, 2 Peter 1:18 says, "And the voice which came from heaven we heard," and it says, "When we were with him in the holy mount, we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well to take heed unto," all right, "as unto a light that shineth in a dark place." All right, and who was ruling during the time of Yahweh? The apostles. Edom, Rome. Okay, was you go into the culture of Rome? Rome was an idea that people looked at as the way, as a light. Okay, but nah, it was a dark place. Okay, it was a dark society in Rome, just like today. All right, Rome 2.0 America. It's a dark place. You see, but guess what? The remnant have their true light in Yahweh, and we're shining in this dark place, man. Okay, it's this wisdom that's shining beyond this darkness, man. Okay, we have the true instructions of life, man, on how to be, on how to exist, on how to run and govern a society. We have that way, man. Okay, it says, "Until the day dawn and the day star arise in your hearts," and they're speaking of Yahweh, man. Okay, which is and they're speaking of him as a light bearer. Okay, let's get that word day star. All right, and it's that Greek word. All right, phosphorus. Okay, said light, bringing, giving light, and that's what it's speaking of. Yahweh Shai. All right, he brought the light with him. He's giving light. Okay, now then they go and tell you that it also was going into, that Greek mythology, the planet Venus, the morning star, the day star. Okay, was Apostle Peter calling Yahweh Venus? No, he was calling him a light bringer, a giving light. Okay, because Yahweh will often teach that to them. All right, what was Yahweh teaching? Okay, and in fact, yeah, go to St. John 8 and go to 12. All right, this is the book of St. John, chapter 8, verse 12. It said, "Then spake Yahweh again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life." Now, let's get this word. Okay, light. You see that? Which you say is what? False. All right, which is a short which is probably the root word of phosphorus. Okay, let's see what. All right, it said from obsolete fail to shine or to make manifest. Okay, it said the light. Okay, all right, metaphorically, it says of truth and its knowledge together with the spiritual purity associated with it. The power of understanding, especially moral and spiritual truth. And this is what Yahawashi brought with him. He was that light bearer. He was giving us the understanding of these of prophecy, the understanding of the law, the understanding of these things, the understanding of grace, the understanding of mercy, the understanding of how to be as a brother, okay? How to be as a leader. Yahawashi was giving us all these things, man. Okay, that which is exposed to view of all openly, publicly, man. All right, he was daily teaching, man, giving the instruction, man. Okay, Yahawashi is the word. What is the word likened unto? Okay, what are these precepts likened unto, man? Okay, this is Psalms 119. All right, 104. Yep, Psalms 119 and 104. Reading the 105, it says, "Through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way." And that's why we have grown a disdain for this society, because it's a false way. All right, but the devil presents it as light, but it's a false way. But as we've been truly enlightened, you know, we've been truly enlightened, as a brother can get that in let's say the book of Baruch. Yeah, brother can get that in Baruch chapter 4, verses 1 through 4. Baruch chapter 4, verses 1 through 4, Bible Kashah. Okay? Maybe 5, just 5. Baruch chapter 4, verses 1 through 5. All right? So, yeah, it says, "Through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path." Okay? So you get this word, light, in the Hebrew, okay, which it goes into a war, okay? What does it say? The light, light of day, daybreak, dawn, morning light. Okay, you see? Yeah, I was shot, man. And see, as what they say, the light bearer, they use Venus, will bring in, they a new day. All right. Well, guess what? Yeah, I was shot because kingdoms, because kingdoms have a beginning and the end. Kingdoms have a season where they sit. All right. I mean, a season where they rise and a season where they sit. Okay. All right. So Yahawashi bringing his light bearer is at the setting of Esau's kingdom, the going down of his kingdom, but the establishing of our kingdom, man, was just going to be the real new day. And it's going to be eternal. Okay. What's it? Light of prosperity, light of instruction. Okay. And it's this word. We have the instruction. We know the way. Okay. So let's get this word, then we'll get that in Baruch. But let's get this Illuminati. Because even when you hear the word illuminate, Illuminati, it's not a bad word. It just, Esau put that title on himself. Okay. As being illuminated, but he's illuminating wickedness, man. All right. So illuminate, it just means to light up or to shine on. Okay. To light up, to make light. All right. Now you go to illumination, it says spiritual enlightenment. All right. And Esau has that spiritual enlightenment on the left hand side. Why he calls himself, the Illuminati. Okay. Well, we've been illuminated in righteousness, man. Okay. Is a verb to enlighten spiritually, to light up, to shine, to light on, to make bright. Okay. And the scripture say wisdom making the man face to shine. Okay. And we have, all right, the true illumination on the right hand side. Okay. But see, Esau has, this society has, demonized certain words, okay, without knowing the meaning of it. Okay. So let's go from here. I think the brother got it. Yep, then the brother got that. I was looking for that one too. The water brother. The brother. So with YAHAWASHI, John 12:36, it says, while you have light, believe in the light, that ye may be the children of light. And the children represents what? A product of something. Okay, we're a product of this light of YAHAWASHI. What he brought to the earth, what he's constantly bringing to the earth, okay, through the Holy Spirit. You see, we're a product of that. We're children of the light. Okay, these things have I spoken. All right, these things spake YAHAWASHI and departed, and he hid himself from them. Okay, so let's go here in this brother Yaqua, Hopeful Elect 3. It says Baruch 4:1 said, this is the book of the commandments of the Most High, and the law that endureth forever. All they keep it shall come to life, but such as leave it shall die. Okay? And what did the serpent get Eve to do? To leave it. Okay? And she eventually got Adam to leave, all right, their way, their commandment. They left the light. All right? It says, turn thee, O Jacob, and take hold of it. Walk in the presence of the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. Okay? Walk. Make this a lifestyle. Make the righteousness a culture. All right? In the presence thereof, in the light thereof, that thou mayest be illuminated. So we've been illuminated in righteousness. We've been spiritually enlightened in righteousness, man. In order. Okay? It says, give not thy honor to another. And that's another thing we've been enlightened on. Understanding salvation, who it's for. Understanding the blessings and the promises and who they're for. Understanding that the Heavenly Father, He's our power. Okay? We've been enlightened. Okay? It said, nor the things that are profitable unto thee to a strange nation. We're not trying to give the Heavenly Father to everybody. Give the Messiah, present Him as if He's for everybody. Nah. In our simplicity and darkness, we did those things, man. On that Christian doctrine, man. Okay, trying to save everybody. Nah, salvation is for His people, man. Beginning with the elect. Rulership is only going to be for Israel, man. The eternal rulership promised to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's only going to be for the elect. Okay, of Israel. That's only going to be for the nation of Israel, beginning with the elect. Okay. Now, this is the book of Baruch, chapter 4. All right. Verse 4 and 5 says, Israel, happy are we, for the things that are pleasing to the Most High made known unto us. Okay. And who brought that light? YAHAWASHI. He brought that light to where we will have a doctrine and to where we will understand how to please our power in these circumstances, man, that we're in. Because we don't have the sovereignty to keep the whole law. Okay. We understand to rehearse the righteous acts, and we understand, integrity, man. We're starting to understand integrity, man. Righteousness. Okay? So now the things that are pleasing to our power, we've been enlightened. Okay? We've been enlightened to, man. Verse 5, it says, be of good cheer, my people, the memorial of Israel. Why? Because we, all right, have the light now. Okay? We know how to move. All right? So that was the point, Lord will, you brothers, all right, and You sister was edified once again. We give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect. Shalom.